We are the third team, and we're going to talk about the impact of industry in the air, water, and soil. The members of the team are Pamela, Adolfo, Diana, and I, Antonio.
Good afternoon, everyone. We talk about pollution that from the beginning of the revolution industry for the until today. The pollution isn't a new problem. In the book of environmental and control engineering, the pollution could be discovered in the kingdom of Edward II when for the Eleanor of Aquitaine, I think, she discovered that exists now that is present smoke in the parliament when he has a, I don't know, when the parliament is in session, I'm sorry. And she provided preventing the burns of coal in the parliament when it's in session. And his successors, the Henry V, do the same because they see that that smoke was really consistent and had a bad, I think a bad flavor in the smell.
In the smelling?
Yeah, the smell.
The water pollution, according to the Environmental Pollution and Control Book, third edition, wrote by Ernie P., Jeffrey J., and Werner R. The fact that pathogenic organisms can be transmitted by polluted water wasn't recognized until the middle 19th century.
The termination of bacteria has been eradicated by the development of civics because they treat water and other metals, and because they release health effects with polluted water.
Now we talk about the air pollution. First, we talk about the atmosphere. The atmosphere is composed by 78% of oxygen, 78% of nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% of argon and other gases. But we have the presence of primary gases and secondary gases that are the contaminant, the main contaminants in the atmosphere. And who is created the CO2 by the industry? First is for the power plants. This is figures of the International Energy Agency that show the increase in the last 3 decades. It's for the 29 to 42% in the increase of the CO2 emissions for the energy industry in the source of the burning coal in the thermoelectric plants. Then we have the emissions in the world that are increased in the last 3 decades. For 2013, increased 18% to 35%. This is too dangerous for the people because the CO2 could be created thermal inversion, and it's because the contaminants can exhaust or escape for the other layers of the atmosphere for go to the space. Or the nature can be clean that air. And next, we have the other kind of problems. This is the acid train pathway. This is a diagram that how it happens. The acid deposition is the mix of the primary and secondary gases. But first of all, we need to know what is the primary gases are only the CO2, the ozone, the vapor water, the methane, the CO2, but the secondary gases are different because you have acid gases, or you have acid emissions, like HNO3 and the H2SO4. And when it mixed, or they put together in the air, they create the acid deposition that could be in fogs, in rains,
Do you mean acid? Do you mean acid?
Acid, yes.
Acid? Don't say acid. It's
Oh,
acid.
acid,
Yeah,
okay.
the acid rain.
Acid rain. And then this is a comparison this is other topic. The comparison in Mexico with France about the CO2 emissions. And we know Mexico are increased in the CO2 emissions, and France are decreased their numbers. And why we have that is because for the electricity production, it's about the electricity production. Mexico use the 58% of electricity production by the burning coal in the thermal electrical plants. That's I don't know what to say, but it's really bad because Mexico is the first in Latin American countries that have CO2 emissions in the highest way. But France, they invest for the nuclear power production of electricity. It's really clean because if you have a really good control about your nuclear fuels or nuclear wastes, you can have a really clean energy without putting the air contaminant like the CO2 that is responsible the 50 to the 60% in the climate changes. The production energy. This is a comparison. France decreased the percent of energy that produced by coal, by the thermoelectrical with coal, and the other is the nuclear power reactions to produce electricity. France are decreased in the last 3 decades. Mexico is only the 5% of the electricity produced by nuclear in Veracruz. We'll go for the water.
Well, we're going to talk about water pollution. The principal factors of water pollution are industries, the municipalities, and the stormwater. The industries contaminate the water by using chemicals which react with the water, and this is very bad for the seas or the oceans. Then we have the sewerage system in the municipalities, which is very poorly because they combined the two types of water that goes from homes to the rivers or lakes. And according with National Geographic, a solution for the municipality system is the green roofs, which is a system that goes over the roofs of houses, and these recollect all the water which can be used for other things in your house, like for the garden or for the sanitaries. Well, the sewage and the fertilizers, when they are combined by the rain water, they both go to the seas, and these make this cause a massive increase in the growth of algae or plankton that is known as a harmful algal bloom, and this is very bad because cause the decrease of oxygen in the seas, and this is bad for other creatures.
I have a any question?
Yes?
While you were explaining the sewage plants that we have locally, you said that they were inefficient. Did you say that?
Yes, the sewer system.
The sewage system.
Sewage system.
Personally, I do not think it's inefficient. I think it's efficient, but I still feel like we clean the water, but we don't make a good use of it, you know? And we don't make a good use of collecting the sewage water for second use. I think that the sewage plants are amazing. The only problem is that we need
Approach that water.
an additional effort. Not only the fact that we use sewage plants to sanitize water, because there are two processes, sanitation and purification. We don't jump to the purification. We cannot drink water. That water is undrinkable. But I personally think that yes, we are doing something. We are doing something. But it's just very expensive and it pollutes because it uses electricity.
Well,
Yes.
it's inefficiently because they combine inefficient because they combine the two types of water, the ones that have chemicals and the other ones that have
It's clean.
solid compounds like the excrement of animals or the human excrement. And when they are combined, it's very difficult to separate those chemicals from the solid ones. And well, we went to a sewage plant here in Saltillo, and they told us that it was very difficult because it passed through a large process. However, it's not too late, but it's very difficult to separate those chemicals. And then in the process, they use another chemicals. Then when they get combined to the solid ones and to the other chemicals, makes more reactions, and the water doesn't get well.
Another toxic pollution comes from heavy metals like lens, mercury, and cadmium. Lens was only once commonly used in gasoline, so its use is now restriction in some countries, and both mercury and cadmium are still used in batteries at high enough concentration or quantity or radioactive pollution can kill. In a lower concentration can cause cancer and another illness. In a biggest source of radioactive pollution in Europe are two factories that reproduce waste fuel in neutral power plants, and these two factories are Selfine in the northwest of Brittany, and another is Conley-Henge in the north coast of France. Over 12% of the oil that enters in the oceans come from tanker accidents. Over 70% the oil pollutions come from routine shipping and oil people pour down drain on land. While plastic are not toxic in the same way that chemicals, over